Yo, welcome to the show. It's the ATL vibe. Hit that like, hit that sub, keep the energy high. We got Anthony Legacy, T.A. Majusi too. Bringing all the heat, yeah, you know how we do. Hey, hit that button, don't forget to subscribe. We stay lit, we stay fresh, yeah, we keep it live. Drop a comment, tell us what you wanna see. ATL family and friends, it's the place to be. From laughs to real talk, man, we got it all. Vibes on deck, yeah, we stand tall. We here for the fam, so don't be shy. Like, share, and subscribe, help us touch the sky. Yo, welcome to the show, it's the ATL vibe. Hit that like, hit that sub, keep the energy high. We got Anthony Legacy, T.A. Majusi too. Bringing all the heat, yeah, you know how we do. ATL, we up, we ain't never gonna stop. New content dropping, yeah, we stay on top. Family, friends, we keep it all love. Now do us a favor, hit that sub. Hey, the ATL family and friends on your screen, bringing you the real, yeah, you know what we mean. Don't just watch, be part of the team. Like, share, and subscribe, keep living the dream.
Just-in-time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at www.justintimeaccessories. Just-in-time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out. Just-in-time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at
Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy, serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, Social Security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant.
Hey family, thank you so much for tuning into the ATL Family and Friends show. We're so glad you're here. Whether you're new or returning, we appreciate you spending your evening with us. I'm Malik, and I want to shout out our amazing crew, Anthony Boss Lady Tiama, Legacy the Great, and Juicy Cakes. We're bringing the laughs, the love, and the real talk every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you join us live. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and be to just search The Anthony Brown Show to stay connected. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and we need you with us. Click that notification bell so you never miss when we go live or drop new content. While you're here, hit that like button. It helps YouTube share our show with more people so the ATL family can keep growing. And don't forget to share the video with your friends and family. Invite them to join the fun. We love hearing from you, so drop a comment below. Let us know what you think. We'll read and respond during the show. And if you want to support the show, we appreciate your donations. You can send them to our Cash App at Smell Good for Less. Every bit helps us keep bringing the content you love. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. This is the ATL Family and Friends show, and we're just getting started.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you, Malik. Thank you for the introduction. We appreciate you so much, Malik. I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. I'm joined tonight by none other than my sister from another mother, the very gorgeous, the very beautiful, voluptuous Titus mama. She will knock your ass out. None other than Miss Tayama Sweetness. Tayama, where are you? Where's the boss lady? Because she's walked away from the studio, walked away from her camera. Also, I'm joined by none other than yours truly, Miss. This young lady here needs no introduction. When you see her, you know her. Okay? She's taller when she's sitting down because of them voluptuous cakes. Sir Mix-a-Lot wrote a song about her. Baby Got Back. None other than yours truly, your friend, my sister, Miss Juicy Cakes.
Blessings, peace and love. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Okay, you can sit down now.
Hey, Boo.
Okay, move. Please feel that.
Thelma, where are you? I introduced you.
Oh, I was sitting here handling something with my oldest.
Oh,
Hey, everybody.
Move that cloth. No, that's
what's
just
going on, everybody?
Child, life be life and trying to take down the blight man.
Okay.
That was all the time.
How's Mr. Tyson?
He doing good. The champ is upstairs. The champ is upstairs.
Was they our
You
MVP?
can leave the water spout thing up there. Yeah, just turn it.
Hey, MVP.
Okay. All right, here you go.
Cheryl said, who wrote racist slur?
See, I paused it.
It is
So
white trash.
that should be fun.
She has no life. All right, Cheryl.
Hey, y'all.
There she is.
And bring the
Hey,
ottoman.
Phil.
There she is. Where's our MVP?
Huh?
Where's our MVP?
Mr.
He upstairs.
Tyson.
He is upstairs. The girl just getting back into the house. I had to put out some fires.
Okay.
Let me call him.
I called my brother's legacy, but he didn't answer the phone. I know sometimes when he get off work, he take a nap. But his nap ends up being a coma.
Child, that's called hard work. Y'all don't understand.
Okay.
That man be tired. So what we got going? What we got going?
I got,
See all that damn forehead.
okay. I have 6 would you rathers. I also have I also have a letter of the day, and I also have a video to show for the topic. Hold on, he just answered the phone. Hello? Did I wake you? I've been on the air for 15 minutes. You know, when I'm on the air, I don't read my phone.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm back. Sorry about that. There was a bro. He said, catch something real quick, babe. We try to jump on a little later. Better late than never. So how Mr. Justin doing, Tiama?
He doing good.
He said,
Just at work. He got some prejudiced people and he's learning how to navigate in life with that. But of course, you know me. I navigated straight to an attorney.
okay, get that check.
I navigate them waters a little bit different.
Is that a story? Is that a story he's telling us that he had for you? To tell me.
Yeah.
Yes. Hit him in their pocket, Justin. You get that check.
With them little boys, when they get wrong, they call their mama so quick. They be so grown till the shit go wrong. Then they be like, "Mama."
Okay, no matter how old they get. You're
And honey,
absolutely
I
right.
pull up. Hey, look, and I pull up like show enough. Now, what's the problem?
Okay.
Say
I just
what?
want to. Yeah, that's it. Handle that. Handle it.
Nah, that's what we're not gonna do.
Okay.
That's why
Boo
you pay for prepaid legal. That's what we're not gonna do.
boo. Boo boo. Okay.
You talk about Ma, I love you so much. I bet you do. I'm crazy.
As hell. And there's no secret.
But yeah. Oh yeah. Let me hold on. Let me get because I got a lot of light, y'all. I'm down. I'm trying to be black.
Sarah said she's talking about the Karen. She says they have a bitch syndrome. Don't pay them no attention. They're very negative. But listen, I'm gonna get into I'm gonna
Look
show
at
you.
your nephew trophy.
Hey, I know that's right. Look, the trophy almost bigger than him.
Okay. He
Read
was
what it
so
say.
cute.
Read the
Huh?
inscription. Read the inscription.
Rams 2025 championship. Most important, most improved MVP Tyson Harris.
Yay!
And my baby got the winning game ball.
I know that's right. Okay.
And so of course he mommy got it like that.
Hmm. Okay.
I'm just
I
saying, I'm just saying.
just want to remind everybody, definitely because of my background, June is Gay Pride Month. So if you have any LGBTQ members in your family, which I know you do, we all do, so don't act like you don't. I just want you to walk up to them and give them a big old hug on behalf of the ATL show and tell them you love them and you appreciate them and thank you for just being who they are. Also, June is Mental Health Awareness Month. Um, and I think it's also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So, men, don't be afraid to go out there and sit on somebody's sofa with your feet up and tell them what's going on in your mind.
Come sit on mommy lap.
Because mental health awareness, mental health is definitely a real thing. Sarah said next year she's going to be on TV in June. She's going to
Yeah.
USA Special Olympics. All right,
Okay.
you better represent Sarah. Well, listen, I got before
For
I go into
the mental health, the suicide line is 988.
988. That's a national number. So if you're going to mental health awareness, or you think you might be going to mental health awareness, before you go off the ledge and act crazy, call that number 988. Well, listen, I got
Call so you have it documented so you get off, baby.
yeah, there
Call
you
just
go.
because.
So you can get off.
So when you slap up, you'll be okay.
Okay.
Listen, I got 4 clips I want to show you real quick before we get into our would you rather's. The first one let me take this off real quick. The first one I said it says here, this is a disrespect. This is disrespectful to the black community. Marvel faces a backlash after revealing the new Black Panther is a white man, sparkling outrage and accusations of cultural erasure. So they want to erase the black culture since Chadwick Boseman, who was the Black Panther, has passed away. Now they want to get a new Black Panther, and of course they're making him a white man. A discrimination, a disgusting, a no, is an outrage. So on behalf of all the blacks in America, I would say if and when the next Black Panther movie come out, and if it's not a black person playing Black Panther, boycott the movie.
Let me tell you, I don't know how they could do that. Not one family of the African tribes had any white people in it. So how is he from Wakanda? And then if he is on there, you the white people that came in and tried to take over Africa. So either way it goes, you're gonna have a problem with this movie.
The smoothie. The smoothie.
Yes, yes, honey.
Love you too, Donisha. Tell your mom I said hello.
That ain't gonna work out.
Y'all go out and buy my book.
I'm here for it. A white Black Panther. See, I still got to see Black Panther all the way, but from what I know about Black Panther, even just in the title alone, how is it so?
Seriously, they should call it White Panther if they're gonna change the character.
Maybe it's gonna be the albino.
They said they sick of y'all shit. Y'all came after the Little Mermaid. Why not come after y'all?
Period.
That part.
But mermaids can be any color, but the Black Panther is definitely black. That's why it's called the
Well,
Black Panther.
well, okay. See, mermaids can be any color, and Black Panther is just the color of a panther. But now, when we're depicting it in a being, it can be any color, because black is all colors.
Oh, sis playing devil's advocate. They're gonna boycott your page after the night, Juicy. You
Don't
gonna
do
get the views.
me.
Hey, look, you gonna get the views you wanted today. You better stop with your shit.
Okay.
Don't do me like that. I'm just trying to make everybody fit in.
Right? Get in where you fit in.
Yes, it's Pride Month.
Listen. Read this one. I can't see it because I got numbers in front of it.
A federal judge granted rapper 50 Cent and his liquor company, Sire Spirits, permission to take the $1 million home of a former employee who they caught stealing over $2 million. Okay, wait. So what I'm understanding is they caught an employee who stole over $2 million. So they were able to repossess their $1 million home.
Yes.
Fair exchange ain't no robbery.
Okay, because it was my money that got your home. Run me my check.
I mean, can we all get that kind of justice?
As T.S. Madison say, run me that. Run me that.
Run me that. Yeah.
Yes.
I ain't mad at you, 50. So what I was listening and reading about 50, because I kept saying 50, he run his mouth.
A lot.
But he got the law team to back it up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But P. Diddy, his lawyers be like, oh, we quit.
Oh, they be like, I don't know.
So I was comparing them.
50 Cent run his mouth, but 50 Cent also let his lawyers tell him what he can and cannot do.
But he
Diddy
also
want to tell his
invested.
lawyers what to do.
No,
And
50
then you were
Cent
all the way wrong.
invested. 50 Cent invested money in top lawyers to make sure everything he did was in legal stature so he can get away with it. He already got the team to support him. Whereas 50 was just, I'm going to do what I'm going to do and I'll do it on the internet. Oh, man.
Okay.
But okay, I have another question while we're talking about the criminals or those locked up. What happened to R. Kelly?
I
Nothing.
heard,
He's still in jail, baby.
I heard that he did an overdose today.
I thought someone poisoned him.
Could have been, but
Oh,
the news that came to me was that he did an overdose today, but he survived. He's still alive.
so he tried to kill himself, not the prison guards tried to kill him like
Let
he
me
was
tell you,
pleading
it's
to
all a
Trump.
ploy. It's all a ploy to get out early. Bitch, please go sit your ass down.
So do you think Trump's gonna give in?
Hell no.
No,
This is for my homie.
That is another N word to Trump. Y'all better stop playing.
but the whole time R. Kelly's been there, he's been also working on music, and he has a. I saw on YouTube. I didn't see the video yet because I had to start the show, so I'm gonna watch it. But there's a video out. It's called by R. Kelly. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you what it's called. It's called. Is it R. Kelly? I Can Die Now. A song from jail. So y'all look that up. I Can Die Now by R. Kelly. A song
Oh,
from jail.
I thought you was about to play it for us.
Nope. They won't give me no YouTube strike because when I played that Kevin Hart
Hmm.
TNT, it gave me a warning.
Y'all, guess what?
Hmm.
I got $270 I could cash out on Flip. $274 and some change. I can cash out on Flip. I have 62 followers. I don't even know half of my followers. I only know y'all two.
Well, that's how it be on any
I
platform.
post it every day for 34 days. Today make 34. I have $270 I can cash out.
I know that's right.
But somebody say if I cash out after the 20th of every month, it take less than 3 days to get in my bank account. But if I cash out right now, it could take me up to 3 weeks. So I'm gonna wait till like the 21st and I'm gonna cash out. Then we're gonna really start talking, and then we're gonna do a whole show based around Flip and what I learned.
Amen.
Okay, so I'm just letting y'all know that. To make light of all our criminals that's just making the government rich and stopping our coins.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Juicy, read that one too.
19-year-old girl becomes the youngest black student ever to graduate from law school with her
And
cute smile.
she look like a little Tayama.
Child, hey girl, hey. You are so cute, but I don't think so with that little cute little nose of yours. But girl, you are black girl magic to the fullest.
19 years old, graduated from law school, a lawyer.
What school?
I don't know it though. Say
In
I
Atlanta,
have
one
no clue what
We
school,
need
but
to know her
girl,
name
you
and
are
what
excellent
school.
at its best.
But kudos to you. I need
And
your
I
help
don't
in
want to hear nothing
representing.
about this whole I need a 10, I know. Hey yeah. Oh, she pretty.
Can I use the phone?
Michigan senior accepts a Yale award, 4.7 million in scholarship. Girl, what?
So hold on. She is
Go to
accepted to
school
Yale and
50,000 times.
she was awarded 4.7 million in scholarships.
Yes.
Now the thing about it is they get this amount but not to be used at one institution. That's how much they received from all the schools added up together.
But even though what I'm saying is, do you know every degree, if you graduated that high, you have so much expectations on yourself. There are many things that she want to go to school for, and yet she will not have no debt trailing her.
So say for example, she got accepted to Yale, and Yale is 50,000, but she's only gonna get
You talking about
25.
50, you're talking about like 50,000 a semester at Yale, correct?
Correct. And say she
Okay.
only gets 25. She will have to come up with the difference because that might not be where that 4.7 covers it all. It's a catch. This
Not
shit
really,
is
not really. Because if you got an open scholarship because you did good in the community or you won certain awards, all of that money will follow you based on, but they will have like a, what is that shit? A guardianship over it to verify that it's all being used for school.
so you will sign off the guarantor to send that fund. So like say Kappa gave you 2,000, 8,000 total, but it's going to be divided for 2,000 each year. So you got 8,000.
She's still doing better than
I
most.
she is. I'm not knocking her. I'm saying the way that they have these scholarships set up, when they put it in here and they say how much they get as a lump sum, when these students and kids go to these schools that they want to go to, then the back part is they end up owing some money. That's all I'm saying. So we should be, she still probably needs some cash out. My son got awarded full ride.
Mhm.
He chose Hampton, 50,000. He got a debt because that full ride, them 25, them 100,000s total comply, it don't go straight to that one school. And you don't learn that until you sign up and you at the school thinking you got all this coverage, but these were at certain places.
Mhm.
Some of these scholarships they write and they give them to the community or give it, but they're only going to give it if you're going to study ballet.
Right.
And then
I heard that.
she might say, "Oh, I don't want to take ballet right now."
Yeah, well, see, that's her messed up. But nah, let me tell you, I don't know. Because right
But to
now,
go to
Justin is
Yale,
at Palm Beach Atlantic
mhm.
and he has a scholarship. Only thing that they was telling us we would had to have done was room and board. You born
He's
and raised to what room and board? What room and board?
At your house.
What room and board? My
now
son is
do
downstairs, got his own room, own bathroom. He's his own little person, but he's at Florida State University right here.
now some
That makes
schools require them to have to stay on campus.
They tried that. So with that, you could actually black folks, come here. You could go to your child's doctor and you could have it written up due to their trauma. They don't feel comfortable in sleeping in places that they have no control over the coming and the going of the people around them.
Woo, let me tell you,
So it
these
will actually
schools,
hinder their growth.
these schools were reporting the air's not working, no hot water. So these kids aren't used to that. These are
Mm.
all things that I was saying. I think Bethune-Cookman showed, and that's a private school. So you can get Pell Grant funding and full ride scholarships, but to go to Bethune, which is a school in Florida, it's private. It's not 50,000, but it's 35. And so you're gonna have to pay a little difference. But they have
Yeah, because
raccoons going.
hey look, you won't be drowning in debt. But honey, you go to Yale, Harvard, Palm Beach Atlantic. If you ain't got your coins, you gonna be broke as hell leaving school, praying for a job, and
So
literally owe more than a house.
I used to be like, man, I'm like, man, if they would teach our children to take these classes
Oh,
on
I need
the
something to stand.
high school level, so that they could get that dual enrollment credits and have some already underneath their belt when they go to school, so it's less out of pocket because they got more for free. We got to figure out how to work their situation because they getting over.
Lucy, tell us about this again.
Oh, okay. So I looked more into it. There's a phone number down at the bottom and there's a website. The phone number is 888-999-6530. This is a gentleman, he's working with he has his own organization and it's afrodescendants.com is the website. But they're having a
Mhm.
Black independence where you can declare your freedom and rise up and fight against what's being done against um all of us. Um Let me see if I can give just a little bit more detail. 1 second. I sent it to your inbox on Messenger from Nicole Gracely Perseveres. If you could look into there, I had sent a link, but I'm gonna try to find it myself.
The world's cutest little man.
Okay.
I gotta send you. I literally gotta send you the video because his coach put together. Did I send you his MVP video they played at the award ceremony? Yeah, I was the most. I was like, yes, I did that.
So the latest update says, yes, I recently visited Burkina Faso and met with their government, but I'm not just cheering them on. We are replicating the same courage to stand against our enemy and kick them out of our cities, communities by asserting our right of self-determination, declaring independence. And then he has some pictures it's showing here where he's going out in the community and recruiting. So far, there are about 8 or 9 different cities that have signed up to go together and connect with this phone number or this website if you'd like to put together one in your city. But they're having like how you had a Million Man March, instead of having it in one location, they're having it in individual cities. Bring the people out in the cities and do that. And they're doing it on Independence Day because if that's the day that they want to say we declare our independence, and that's the day that they're going to recognize that we're going to meet them where they see us at, not with any type of negative energy or any type of violence, but we're going to just rise up and say who we are. So it says Black Summer 2025, the right of self-determination. And then it's the afrodescendants.com/black-summer.
Okay.
Okay, now my problem with that is, black folks, y'all don't know they've been trying to get us in groups and hurdles to do things. When you have like when you make awareness on these magnitudes to where we will be at certain venues and such a big crowd, you got to be mindful of the enemy that these things really don't care. We peacefully protest for Black Lives Matter. A big old F-150 ran through the crowd and killed over 9 people. So I be getting that, but when we get like, I know what I'm trying to say, but like for us to come together, we would have to be on some secretive behind junk. You get what I'm saying? You know how like when we was trying to free the slaves, we had underground codes than other than this social media thing to where I literally, this is my belief. They have people that surf the internet pretending to be us to get us in places to where it's more of us that fault. I'm just saying. Are you going to any of these events?
There aren't any in DC, and I was not going to create one myself. Because who gonna rally with me? But I have signed up. I've been following this gentleman for a while, and the help volunteering with growing food. I think everybody has a place. And if your position isn't to be on the front line or what have you, then it's not for you. But we all got a place in rising up and taking a stand and doing what we need to do.
Regardless
Like,
of that
and I
fear, camera.
fear. But like I hear what you're saying, because even like
Let me tell you, it's
the
not fear. It's called I have responsibilities and I have kids. And the idea of someone else raising my child the way I raised my child, yeah, nah. If we had
so
half of the people we had back then, you laying your life on the line to have your lineage secured and love the way you would love them, then yeah. But if I'm finna go up against the enemy, I'm not finna make it easy. You get what I'm saying? I am not finna give you the manuscript to know where I'm at, how I am, where I'm at, when I'm at, and when you could get to me.
Mhm. Now see, this doesn't tell you where they gonna be or anything. It just tells you connect and set up the things you need to do to tell you what you need to do. So
I gotta give y'all this episode of Roland Martin.
mhm.
Roland Martin said, our biggest giveaway now is we broadcast everything. Ain't nothing about you fear. Me, I'm borderline a sniper. At the yard you could be, for me to hit you bullseye dead in your eye is dead on. Anybody that know me will tell you, I keep a gun on me at all times. Right now, gun on me at all times. Don't leave home without it. I will lay your ass down, won't think twice about it. But I will not give you my life easy or tell you this. That is actually a great idea, but will be even greater if it was spread on by word of mouth. Reach one, teach one, know what you're spreading and know what not to spread it, than to give it out there in the world that's full of hate, that is looking for places to target to make it easy.
Well, one thing I do like about this event is I think it was originally organized or started by Africa, and this time
Mhm.
they're instead of just the United States is trying to do something, now Africa is including the United States. And the great thing about that, I'm gonna tell you why. It's Africa and American blacks joining forces is because we as American blacks, we've never had an ally as far as another country. For example, when they did the Chinese people in America wrong, China fought back. See, they had an ally. China was representing the people in America, the Chinese in America. When you did, let's say, the Russians in America wrong, Russia fought back. As far as political power. So the other countries represented their people here in America and represented them and fought for them and held back money or held back benefits or held back this or held back that. So America didn't want to lose that. So guess what? America got in line. But whenever they did the black people wrong in America, there was never a country that represented us and said, okay, we stand for you. Now that Akina Vasa guy has become a ruler, he's now trying to join not just the blacks in America, but he's trying to join all the countries in Africa too, so they become one united country. Because right now, to go from one country in Africa to another country in Africa, you need a passport. But he's saying, why? We're all African. So he's trying to unite all the countries in Africa as one, so that you don't need a passport to travel from country to country, because we're all African, and unite America as our ally. So when they with us, we got a whole country back there to back us. So that's one good thing.
You know, another part about it is like this that flyer is now being released. We're in June. This event is happening in July. It's beyond organized more than just in June. It's being put out to the people so that you know what? We don't want to leave you out. This gentleman, he got running water coming out of the Nile River. He already got farmland. He already doing what's needed for people to do what they need to do. It's just giving the opportunity. Taking care of the family is not taking care of yourself. Be brave, strong, and courageous. Everybody can't do it. I understand.
And have fun with courageous. It's a lot
There
of
we
dead courage. It's a lot of dead courageous people.
we even have they even have a currency that's being accepted and adopted by even BRICS that
I wasn't,
is to
but
be
listen, let me
released.
break this down for that person. I wasn't saying don't come together, don't da da da. But when you put it mainstream, what happened to element of surprise? What happened to, like, I know what I'm saying. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but nobody said don't do it. I just said when you make it to say, okay, we're doing this, what you call it, like a marathon to race the whatever. When that bomber came there, guess what? In the same time you had to prepare for that, that bomber that blew up them white people, black people, Spanish people, they didn't give a damn who it was. They just blew them up. They had the same time to prepare. That is what I'm saying. So when I am summoned to be somewhere that everybody know that I'm there, yeah, you're still getting that message across. You still, like, I wish we had an underground railroad that told that you knew it was only blacks, or if it was anyone outside your race, they done proved enough to you to know that you could entrust that we all are in this together. It's so
Well,
many wolves and sheep clothing to where you got this flyer, they up on there with you. Yeah, and da da da. And they're meeting you right there. To me, I feel a lot of this stuff now when we doing it based on how the world, when someone showed you what's going on, it's pure ignorance. If you get in the sun and you like, darn, every time they do this, this, or this, they come blow it up, they do this, they do that. I'm not saying don't do it. Shit, I'm down for any rally that says I have two sons that black men are endangered species. So
So
fuck. Hell yeah, I'm down for whatever.
my
But
question,
we need to find a way different. My question.
my question would be, what organization do you belong to that is having an impact on the reality of things?
I don't belong to any organization. I actually take that back. I belong to the ATL. That is my organization. I belong to the organization of whatever my kids is about, that's what I'm about. Whatever my kids' dreams are, that is what I'm about, making sure come to fruition. I am in no organization,
yeah, we get the word out there.
but I will always stand for something because I won't fall for anything. It's a difference. But I'm not in any organization. But if I find an organization that moves in the way that I would prefer, like the Underground Railroad, because the loose lips sink ships, I might join the organization. Till then, if my organization is giving out our whereabouts before we even make it there, I'm sorry I can't be a part. I will support you by donating money. but not by donating my flesh or anything to be dealt with in a way that you cannot govern because they done already set it up for you before you get there. At some point in history, we got to get in front of things and we got to know that our new way of doing it. It's a lot of crazy people that like to just be on the internet just for the fuck shit.
That's true.
And they killing and they blowing up things. And we even got this orange thing in the office that literally the most gangster shit I seen this week. This man say his birthday is this weekend. He's finna unleash all these soldiers on Washington's streets to do this parade. She know about it. She live there.
It's ridiculous.
This man tell you how many, over $40 million just for this parade or any damages that they are telling him it could happen. Anybody to protest. This man told you straight up out his own mouth how you will be put down. What do you mean by put down? I need you to elaborate. So if my president could sit there and throw that foolishness, make it make sense. I'm in no organization.
They had fireworks.
Hey, look at this thing right here. But that's what I'm saying. When
I
you
ain't
see
go.
this
I
craziness
stayed in the
unfold,
house. Ain't no way. I've been on the military post. My ex-husband used to drive an M1A1 tanker. So, you know, I've seen him. I've been in the tanks. I don't need to see the
exactly.
gun ride through my street. And neither do my kids. But
Like,
they were here before the parade. They were here
yeah,
in
they're
presence
here in Miami. They're here in Miami. We was on I-95
of
and I
would that
had
be
my niece. Byra, bring me your phone. I will literally show you. We're riding on I-95, right? They have the cargo trucks that carry the cars. You see nothing but soldier trucks and stuff on them going up next side of us on I-95. I'm like, take a picture, record. Take a picture, record.
now they've always had the Humvees with the soldiers in. That's not what they did here.
No.
They had
Nobody was in these. They were transporting them here.
now they
Look,
had the
this
actual
is what I'm telling
tanks.
you.
It went
They
away.
were, hold on,
We seen your
Byra,
private
put me on the
videos.
picture.
We can
Okay.
see your
But
private dancer.
listen, so they driving next to us, and I'm like, this here is
No, we didn't have the trucks. We had the actual tanks. So you had the tanks with that roll with the guns on it. You had the Humvees with the rifles on top,
okay, there it
the
is.
soldiers in it.
This us on I-95. And this is them transporting them in these big rigs. Big rigs, just taking them on up. I'm like, what the man, I'm about to get off I-95. What we got going on here? We are not LA. But then they say based on ISIS will be to us. ISIS is in Georgia now. ISIS done ran all through Georgia. They say by next week, they'll be here in South Florida. So they already getting the soldiers ready for us here. They ain't got nothing to do with me. You could deport me. I'm gonna just go lay down and do my time. But
The body, when it has disease in it, it needs to be organized. Your heart and level, all the different parts, and all of them need to be functioning at maximum capacity in order to improve the health of the body. When we're not working on the body, we're not working on health. I think he's changing the subject.
Well, listen,
Now,
no, basically he's saying that you need to
all in.
basically everything need to work together to get overall. Bruh, listen. Until Jesus Christ himself come back, us as humans, we're not gonna Us as Black people, we could get a good portion of us that'll get together and we want to do the best. Some kind of way through history, we have become a people that will bring each other down. Not
But
making
see,
excuses. That's just
this is where the divide
we
comes
was
in.
programmed.
This is
We
where the
have been
divide comes
taught,
in.
and generational, what you call it, like it just keep.
So
That's
with
what I'm
what
like.
he's saying, what to add on to what he's saying, we have a summer solstice coming up, June 20th, 21st, whichever time zone you're in and when it happens for you, but the summer
Okay.
solstice. And when you have these solstices, that's the change in season, but it's also the change in the temperatures, the way your body is affecting and regulated in life. So you should be doing some cleansing. You should be doing some detoxing. You should be holistically getting yourself aligned with the time. He
Let me
says
tell
he
you,
is back, but he only known to
I got
those who
time
know
today.
him.
This is my fridge.
Hmm.
These are juices that I juice myself every 2 to 3 days. These are packaged food that I prep every 2 to 3 days. This is turkey and vegetables. You have steak and vegetables. This is my fridge. This is my freezer. There's nothing in there. So I buy as I cook, and my kids eat a cooked meal prepped by me every night, juice that's prepped by me, or water. That's it. This junk here, this
So,
is my husband.
so,
So,
so, so that's good that you're doing that,
awakening
and
your mind and your
it's
body to
really.
something else does not mean that you're not willing to fight for a cause. It doesn't mean that you have fear. If anything, your awakening should make you move smarter and better than the next person, than the person that fell before you.
Mhm.
If you see something and you saw how they fell, Martin Luther King was a great man. But anytime Martin Luther King was going to Montgomery or something, do you know they knew before he got there? Them crackers will have, them people will have loads of police officers there for intimidation. Loads. And so what you're telling me is bravery. Now that I look at it as stupidity.
Well, I got to pause on that because I've actually met people who've walked in those walks from a
Uh-huh.
child to be able to talk about it today as an adult. And they
Hmm.
thought they were going to lose their life, but they survived. And yeah, it is scary when you don't know what the outcome can be. But when you walk together and in unity, there is a strength and a force. Like Jesus, like he
The
said,
strength,
Jesus
but
is
it's no
already.
strength and force and dying
It's well,
stupidly
they
when you
didn't
have
die.
access.
They didn't die.
Some didn't, but a lot of them did.
But in those that
Well,
did die, that
well,
was
their
their
thing,
time
but
because
sometimes
every
you got to be
day
willing to die
somebody
for something.
dies. Or right. Now, when I was saying, and for you, you got your fridge good, and that's good for you and your family. But there are people who are watching our show who don't have their fridge together. There are people who want to rise up, who want to form and want to know where can they do these things, and they aren't aware of it. So that number on the flyer will give you a point of what you can do. If you want to know how you can get your fridge together and cleanse and get yourself on the right path, because like what this gentleman was saying, we do need to be getting ourselves together. We don't need to be eating turkey. Turkey got sleeping hormones in it that make us lazy. Maybe not you. You might got enough
Mhm.
green juice to boost over that laziness. Some other people might already be lazy. They might already be depressed. And then when they eat it, it just take them down even more. So they need to figure out how they can get over it, how they can make it through. There's help, is all I was just pointing out. And there's help when you reach out to people who are offering and saying, here we are. That flyer is a new flyer. That man's movement been going on before COVID. That man got so much going on to where, like Tony was saying, they've already overthrown a government in Africa. They just trying to get people to know we doing it. And we ain't doing it publicly, letting it be televised. We ain't sending out, putting it on your car. We not. It's being shown on ATL because I shared it with Tony. I felt
But
that
let me
our
tell you.
audience
So
that tuned in should know.
how did you inquire this?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Because
Where
I
did
speak
you get it from?
now. We can talk about that behind stage, but I don't need to expose my hand.
No, meaning if you here in America, this man in Africa, and your butt haven't been to
No,
Africa since
this
I met
man,
you, been here.
this man is back in the States now,
But
getting
how?
prepared for the
But
movie.
meaning, if it got in your hand,
Mm-hmm.
how easy for this? It's a difference if you say, "Well, Tony is over this and da da da." So this time we doing. That is my thing. I'm not saying y'all getting together or going to do something. I'm like, anytime you have something to where the enemy could beat you to wherever you at, to me, proceed with caution. You could do whatever you want to do. But to go somewhere, like if I know I'm going somewhere and I know it was televised, I'm not going to be as comfortable as I would to know Tony called me to say, "Hey, we going here. You want to go?" Tony called a friend that called a friend. You get what I'm saying, Tony? So I feel that everyone that is touched, hey, you was brought on by somebody that knew you. I knew you enough to love you to say, "Come on, let's go." Reach one, teach
This
one. Not this whole. I
this
don't
ain't
know.
gonna be this ain't gonna be televised.
I think they're listening,
This
but okay.
no
I
this
say,
this
do what you feel in your spirit to do. Woo!
this was brought to you by affiliation because I love you and I love other people. It's all about the spirit of God. It's the spirit that travels in human beings that allow him to travel in them.
Well, listen,
Well,
enough on this subject because we really got to move on because we went going over our time. We spent enough time on Wakanda Forever. So let's move let's move on.
shit, we
And
been left Wakanda.
yes.
Mhm.
So would you rather work on overtime shift, work an overtime shift with your annoying boss, or spend a full day with your mother-in-law?
With my annoying
My
boss,
annoying
at least
boss.
I'm getting a paycheck.
My annoying boss. Because you're going to have to pay me to put up with bullshit. Yeah. I'd have been in jail with my ex, my mother-in-law.
Well, I can
Ooh.
do either
Ooh,
one,
my
but
face. I caught a glimpse of me.
like I'm gonna say, I'd rather get paid. So I'll rather spend I'll rather work the overtime shift
I
with my
don't even need
annoying boss.
overtime. I just
Hmm?
need we don't even need to have color overtime. We just can't do the other time.
Yeah, give me the overtime. Give me the coins. Nothing against the mother-in-law, because I could spend the day over there as well. Cause that good Jamaican cooking, yes. But
Oh, okay. You talk about the Jamaican cooking. My
right,
mother-in-law, she was from South North Carolina.
mm,
And she told me she was gonna make some collard greens.
Okay.
So I like collard greens. And I was looking forward to some Southern Carolina collard greens.
so you thought,
She got some callaloo.
I got some color who? Oh my goodness. But then Earl tried to make some for me one time. And he called himself doing his mama recipe, and he put oil in them and then mashed them up.
Yeah, that wasn't no collard greens. Wrong recipe. Yeah, at least he had the right concept and the right mind frame, but the wrong recipe.
You couldn't even put cornbread with it to sop it up.
Wow.
I'ma call and tell his mama soon as this over.
Shoot, I hope she watching.
Okay.
Don't cook that
Wow.
for your new daughter-in-law.
Okay.
See, that's why she kicked your ass to the curb. That right there. You know how that goes.
I
Don't
know that's
run
right.
away.
Okay.
Luckily for me, my mother-in-law know how to cook. I ain't got no problems.
Here's
Ooh,
the second one. Would you rather have a sing off with Ariana Grande or a dance off with Rihanna?
Dance off with Rihanna.
Because I can't sing like Ariana, but I can dance.
I don't know enough of her music to be bothered with it.
Wait, do
You
we
have
got to
to
sing her songs? Because
you
I
have to
hit a
sing her
little
songs.
Whitney on her.
You can sing,
And
you can sing whatever you know.
Put
Yeah.
Juicy in the bite.
Welcome, Legacy.
Hey,
Juicy,
Legacy.
I'm gonna let you and Junior have a karaoke day together at
Ooh,
Tony House. At Tony House.
we're going to have to do that.
Brother
Mothers
Carl
used
said
to be
mothers used to
this.
be the scientists in the kitchen. She could take the different ingredients and give you good health.
I
So
don't
Ain't
know
we
about them collard greens she was talking about.
no mothers. Hold on. Ain't no mothers used to be, because I'm a mother that still does. And my greens don't give you the runs. The ruins.
so
Damn.
would you
Ready to go
rather
come beat your ass, Juicy.
so on this question I would rather do the sing off with Ariana Grande because dancing in 5 minutes I'm gonna be tired.
2.
Okay, so we need you to sing something.
Now
I didn't
here
say I
it
could sing.
go.
I didn't say I could sing. I didn't say I was gonna win. But I'm gonna do the sing
You
off.
said you're gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
I'm gonna
Do
do it. I'm gonna
it.
be off key. I'm gonna be off key and everything. She's definitely gonna win, but I sustain throughout the whole competition. Whereas the dance off in 5 minutes, I'm gonna be sitting there like, girl, go ahead, child. You got
Mm-mm.
this.
When you
2 minutes.
sing, if you
2
hold
minutes.
right here, it'll hold that vibration and it'll make it go, oh.
Don't do it.
No, Juicy. Hmm.
Legacy, answer the question.
Probably definitely the dance off with Rihanna.
Although he gonna be throwing it dick, throwing it dick. He think he's
Here
too
we
high
go,
growth.
man. Here we go.
I'm telling you, he know he didn't want to bend over the white girl. That's what that was. I was thinking the same thing.
Look, this is gonna be Legacy gonna hit that woman in the forehead.
Mm.
She gonna
You
be,
need some help, man.
she gonna be like, security.
Y'all crazy. All
Every
right, how
time
my
we
family?
telling the truth, we crazy.
Here we go. Here we go.
She gonna think you back on too
With
high.
a hit. Y'all crazy.
Long as you know.
Okay. Number 3. Would you rather always have body odor but not know it? Or would you rather always smell body odor on everyone else?
Smell body odor on everybody else.
Body odor and not know it.
Would you rather always have?
So then you the stink one that everybody smelling.
I ain't
Hold
gonna know
on.
it. I ain't even gonna care. People
Hold
gonna be
on.
moving away from me, and I'm gonna be a-okay.
I told y'all something was wrong with this lady. I don't even know where y'all found her at.
Oh my God. I'm a
They
dip. I
probably
want.
think I stink now when I go in places. People be coughing.
Listen, Juicy. Why? Look at it like this. Why would you want to be the stink one when you smell stink people damn near every day? Every day.
No, no, I won't be smelling nobody's
She
stink.
don't know you stink.
I'm not
No,
gonna be
you
having
said
no smell. They gonna smell me.
right, but you saying that you prefer for somebody to smell you stink.
Why would I want to smell something
Now,
stink?
sir, that was messing with me because I said I want my events a little bit more private. You better get on her ass. You better. The
Ooh,
hell?
I don't know what's going on.
The hell? Sir, you better
What
get on her.
what is going on?
She's talking about a
What you-
previous comment from a viewer.
Oh,
If you
what
don't
do
get
we?
on Juicy, I'm finna find him myself. Sir.
So with this one, I would rather
Juicy
smell
is
good than smell
crazy.
everybody else.
Huh?
I would rather smell good than be able to smell everybody else.
Okay, cause honey, if
Yeah,
my perfume, I'ma just do your ass like this.
Exactly.
yeah. I
Juicy,
rather
sidebar.
smell other people.
Meet me over here.
We're gonna
But
have to do
I
a
have met
smell
her face
test.
to face. Don't go off on her. She do not smell bad. She smell good. She just crazy. Shit.
he say, "Know thyself." I'ma
Which one would you
know.
put you legacy?
Um, I would rather be able to smell other people if they smell bad, cause I gotta smell good.
Cody, you really asked that bougie ass. Negro, you really asked
Here
him
you
that.
go.
We knew the else. He bougie.
Okay. Would you
The
rather
most
watch
bougie. Hold
nothing?
on. The most bougiest person on this podcast called me bougie.
That's why we brothers and sisters. What you think?
That's right.
Birds of a feather flock together.
This is true. This is true.
Would you rather watch nothing but Hallmark Christmas movies or nothing but horror movies?
Hallmark Christmas movies.
Hallmark Christmas movies.
Man, give me some horror movies. I don't want to sit up here and watch it because they ain't got
You
nothing but a
only want to
zombie.
watch horror movies so girls could go, oh, and you could get you some.
No, no, I hate. Listen, that's probably the only part in horror movies that I hate. That motherfucker doing all that falling and shit. Bitch, stop looking back and run.
Give me some
There's no
examples of
reason.
Hallmark Christmas movies.
Say what, Kate?
Give me an example of a Hallmark Christmas
You
movie.
know what the folks talking about? That goddamn Ralph is sticking his goddamn tongue on the pole and all that damn the white folks shit of all this happy ending shit and Santa
No,
Claus always.
no, they got black Christmas movies.
They ain't got
I
a
don't
lot of
watch
them.
TV, so
They
I
sure
have
do. They
not
got a whole
seen
bunch
no
of them.
Hallmark
I
Christmas
watch.
movies.
Verse was
Where
all
you
I watch.
watch them at? Where you watch them at?
Where I watch what? I don't watch TV. I ain't
No, I'm
never
talking to
seen no
Tony.
Hallmark Christmas movie.
I watch them on Prime, BET Plus, YouTube,
But that's not
um,
Hallmark.
Tubi.
Ain't Hallmark like
No,
the
they were
cars?
they
I used
were
to work
Hallmark.
at Hallmark.
They were
Well,
Hallmark.
he's not just talking about cake like the actual Hallmark. He's talking about
Oh.
the good feeling, warm Christmassy movies.
But they were
Oh.
the ones I'm talking about. They had on those channels. They had Hallmark movies.
Yeah, those are. I mean, I just give me some. I mean, I love like for instance, one of my favorite Hallmark movies. I love to watch, and I can watch these every year. It's a black movie I love called This Christmas with Chris Brown and all of them in it, and I
Yeah,
love to watch all of
Swipe
the Home Alones. All of the Home Alones, I can watch them every year. Everything else, throw that shit in the fireplace.
and Preacher's
So
Wife.
is Home Alone
Oh,
considered Hallmark? Because it had a little
yes.
scary in it.
No, every Home Alone was Christmas Eve.
But that's not Hallmark. It had a little, I mean, they were robbing. How is that Hallmark?
I don't
You
know,
said
but girl, I was down for the shit.
yeah, that's considered a
Like,
Hallmark movie.
come on. They was
You
robbing a
can
little
listen, you
boy.
can listen, you cannot do Christmas without Home Alone.
It's okay.
Every year I watch Home Alone 1, 2, and
And
3.
three. Nope. And I gotta watch This Christmas. That I love This Christmas.
Hey,
That's
look,
probably
even Kevin Hart couldn't resist. He got the white lady going in there talking about Kevin just on the Chase credit card.
yeah.
Okay.
I
I
love
have
that.
not seen that.
But when if you talking about if I gotta watch it every day, nah. I mean, give
Hold on,
me
I got you.
give me Jason, Freddie, all of that stuff. The only thing I wanted to move out of the movie is the white girls that gotta run looking back like their head is like their face in the back of their head, and they tripping over twigs and flowers, not flower pot, flowers. The one of the little dandelions in the grass, and then they rolling down the hill, and Jason walking, and he somehow always catch up to these people while they running.
I
I
think
don't
I would like
understand.
with Legacy. I would want to see the horror because I be thinking like Lake Placid. That was funny. Come and get it when she slapped that cow in the butt, or the one where the piranhas came up. See, I
Yeah.
could watch the movies, but them TV series, that's not real life.
Listen, you know what, Kate? I promise you, I be like, this shit don't happen over here in Rivera like this.
No.
The shit don't happen over here. Tony, I think your ass be you done took Juicy Rainbow and you came straight out of Tamron.
Will you get
There
up
you
and
go. There you go, Kate. There you go,
trying to run
Taylor.
up here? Hey, what's going on? I'm right here. I was busy cash stacking for the holidays.
Okay, now I don't want to get no copyright.
Let me tell you, it was they will not copyright you for that. But
Send
it
it
was
to me.
so bomb. It was so bomb. She ran through, and with that being a popular name, all these people responding to her. And then little old teeny tiny Kevin Hart.
And by that lady's face coming on the screen, everybody knew what they were emulating.
Listen, that was the funniest Christmas
But
commercial
but
in a
wasn't
long time.
the little boy named Kevin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Would you rather always be 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early?
I'm late.
It depends on for me. It depends on the occasion. Like for a job, work, I always want to be 20 minutes early because I want to. Anything can take place during the travel of going to work or going to event. It can be a wreck. It can be traffic backed up. So I want to leave early so I can get there as early as I can. But if it's a party or something like that, I am intentionally gonna be late because I want everybody to be done made their entrance. So when I make mine, I'm the last thing that they saw that meant something.
Sure.
Always the shenanigans.
Yes.
You know it.
Well, me,
I said it to you.
timing is an illusion, and I just don't see why I would be early sitting there wondering what's going on.
I
Well,
always pretty
if you
much
come in,
come
look,
early to
if
an
you come in
event.
early, if you come in early, you got time to sit down and rest, gather your thoughts, plan out your day. If you're working in a place that requires a uniform, you got time to put on your uniform or put on your apron or whatever. If you work at a place that requires you to wash your hands and clean your nails like brown food, you got
Pause.
time to.
Pause. If you work at a place that requires you to put on an apron, that means they gonna pay you. Put that apron on once you clock in. If you work at a place that requires you to wash your hands, that means wash your hands when you clock in. Cause that mean they paying you. Y'all giving up too much time. Not I.
See,
So
that's
which
why
one?
your ass works for yourself.
So which one is it for you, Kate? You prefer to be late or you
I'm
prefer to be
late.
20 minutes?
I'm late.
Almost. Almost. Which one you said you want to do?
But after so many tardiness, you're fired.
You know I'm
Listen,
gonna be on time.
Yeah, you gonna
they not
definitely
gonna
do
be
that.
able to count me tardy because again, I'm justifiable. I'm putting on my apron. I'm washing my hands.
No. It's based on when you clock in. So if you're scheduled at 8 o'clock
I don't know
and
why you do it with
clock
Juicy because
in, and
you know
you
that
clocking
you
in at
right
eight,
Let
now.
me tell
Ju-
you.
if you're clocking in at 8:10 and they give you to 8 minutes after, well, you're 2 minutes late.
I gotta be like I said. I'm gonna be depending on what the situation is.
I always got my pay raises.
Was you
Y'all
always
know
late?
Juicy be on that herb and they be wanting to have a high debate. So
See, let me
I
tell
just
you
know
something.
the debate.
Juicy, all the raises you got was because of the pants and the shorts that you had on when you were going to work.
And
That's
he's
the
telling a lie. All that ass behind you got you a pass. That's
that's
it.
what they got. That's so
He
your
tried
ass
to say it nice for you. All that ass got you a pass.
Okay.
that's, that's all that was. Somebody I
Y'all wanna
always got.
know? Y'all wanna know
Somebody I
something
always
though?
got my raises.
I got fired from my last job though because they said I was stealing company time because I clocked in. I got myself situated at my desk, and then I went back on my 15 minute to the car to get my lunchbox. And my lunchbox looked like it was a Barbie. It was a Barbie lunchbox, but it looked like Dunkin' Donuts. And we were, Midtown is right next to Dunkin' Donuts in Okeechobee. So they thought I went and got donuts. My boss was my supervisor was she was greedy. So she thought I got donuts. I just went to the car and got my lunchbox. So she said that I, while on clock, went and bought food and came back, and she fired me for that. And they paid me unemployment for that falsification firing for like 6 years.
Okay.
I mean,
I know
that's
that's
just so the bitch was just mad because she didn't get a donut because she thought you went out there and ate you a donut and came back in and didn't bring her one. But if you'd have brought her one, her fat healthy ass would have been okay.
okay.
She was mad I had seaweed in my box.
Oh my God. I told you. She was talking about you and your sister. She over there eating cauliflower and shit out this Barbie box, knowing that lady want a cauliflower donut in between her mouth.
She wanted a glazed donut.
She could have been on it and pretend it was a donut.
For real, it's all a figment of your imagination.
That's a damn lie, 'cause I ain't never been into no donut and thought it tasted like a rib, and I was thinking about a rib.
See, because you got to do the texture. If you want something to taste like a rib, you gotta bite into something that's gonna be like a rib. Maybe a carrot.
I thought,
Let me
I
tell
thought
you.
this was in your mind.
Yeah, but your senses are triggered. How you gonna bite in a donut and say, "Ooh, rib"? We talking about donut and cauliflower. Like cauliflower they make cauliflower crust, so we could go with a cauliflower donut. You know what I'm saying?
I
Concept is
got
there, but
Tony
you went
ready
with
for
rib.
us. Tony ready for us.
Would you rather spend a week in the forest or a night in a real haunted house?
That's a hell of a question. Now.
I'll take the haunted house for 500, Alex. The forest got the mosquitoes, the bugs, the lizards. I'll deal with the ghosts in the name of Jesus. I rebuke all of this around me.
No, we ain't letting you do none of the rebuking. You going in this haunted house naked with no rebuking nothing. Your ass gonna go in there and just live through the night.
Why you gotta be naked?
I ain't talking about naked like clothes. I'm talking about naked without being able to say in the name of Jesus and all of that.
So you gonna
Let
take
me
our
tell you,
tongue away?
let me
That
tell you,
mind
I will
got it.
always be able to get on them knees and be like, Lord, help me. Oh,
You
help
know, all
me.
you gotta do is put your
He'll,
hands up.
he'll help you in the forest.
I can't do, but what about the mosquitoes, the bugs, the
He gonna help
bugs?
you in the forest. If he
You
gonna help
can.
you with some
It's
ghosts, he
the
gonna help
power
you
of
in
the
the
mind.
forest.
You can say,
Let me tell you, with,
"Mosquito,
with the
go
power of my
away."
mind, as soon as that bug come in contact, that
Flinch,
mind is gone in the day.
flinch. You got to do like the horses do and flinch.
Now I
Now,
can do
sir,
Oh,
now, sir, that was messing with me.
okay.
If we're talking about bugs, any kind of critters that are not
What
normal,
about the
that's when
roaches
my
and the
fear
maggots?
kick all
Hey,
the way in.
Sam, what about the roaches and the maggots that's gonna be in the honey house?
Ew, why that's gonna be in a haunted house? That's not
Cause it's
haunted. That's
honey.
creepy.
We talking
Haunted,
about dead.
haunted is
We talking about
spooky
dead
and
stuff, but we
ghost.
talking and
No,
dead
Magus
stuff.
isn't. No,
Maggots
no,
devour dead carcasses.
no. That's not haunted.
Why would a
No,
dead carcass be in a haunted house?
Cause that's what it's
no,
haunted.
no. We
Tony, you
talking
ever been
about
in a haunted house before?
cobwebs.
You ever been in a haunted house before, Tony? Then you see like where caskets where dead people be laying in them and stuff before.
Listen,
Exactly.
let me
Y'all
sing a
ass,
song to y'all.
hold
This
on, Kate. Y'all, they ass want to be able to dictate and control how the haunted house is. They don't want no goddamn mosquitoes in the goddamn in the forest. They don't
You
want no
know what?
leaves in the forest.
Legacy,
Let me
sir,
sing a song.
sir,
Let me sing a
sir.
song to
I
y'all.
am your hairdresser. You don't want to
Yes,
make it
ma'am.
hard for me because I will make it tight for you.
Yes,
Ooh.
ma'am. You got it.
So,
Okay.
You got it.
ooh, wait, wait,
So
wait, wait, wait,
we're
wait,
just
wait,
gonna have
wait,
a regular haunted
wait,
house.
wait.
Okay?
But
Regular.
I thought we like it hard and we like it tight. So what we complaining about?
Listen,
I'm
we
confused.
complaining about that Negro going Chinese. Don't play with me.
So okay.
Sing the
I'm
song,
gonna
Kate.
pick. I'm
You
gonna
trying to
pick the.
kill me.
I'm gonna pick the forest because I like nature. I don't like bugs, but once he put them roaches and maggots in there,
I would take I would take I would take the forest, providing that I have a tent.
because you can take leaves. You can
You
you
feel
can
what I'm talking?
create.
You feel what I'm talking about with your sister right now?
I'm not that
Now
creative.
you said a tent. How she took your goddamn tent out of there and talking about some goddamn leaves and branches? I
Cause
don't
hold on.
understand it.
Cause first off, cause ain't no tent in the forest. It didn't say pack a camping trip bag. It says spend a week in the forest. So that means you going in the forest with what they got. And they got woods. They got
So
I'm
he go.
trying to show him how to survive.
Well, what he
I
gonna wipe? What he gonna wipe his ass with? The leaves that he just made his
Yes.
house
Now
out
come
of?
on, Tupac.
can
Well,
survive
does
in
a
a
does
tent.
a does a fluffy white rabbit wipe his
Wipe his
ass
ass in the
with a
middle of
tree
in the woods
in the
with a
woods?
rabbit.
With a
With a
rabbit.
rabbit.
What he do? Oh, the bear. The bear. Which one? What he
Mhm.
do? Does a bear wipe his ass with a
With
tree
a-
or a fluffy white rabbit? That's what the question
yeah.
is. In the
So hold
woods.
on, Tony. Hold on, okay, Tony. So you
Mhm.
want to be in the woods, right?
If I have a tent,
But what if you just got you gonna be on naked and afraid, baby? It's naked and afraid. You got to be out here for this week. Where you going, Tony?
So my mom taught used to sing this song to us. This is her bedtime songs. Have you ever thought when a hearse goes by that you might be the next to die? They wrap you up in a big white sheet and bury you under 6 feet deep. The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out, and one little worm plays pinochle on your snout.
Lord help us. I mean, why would your mama want to sing that?
right?
It ain't Halloween.
Listen, that's why when you say a haunted house and then
Yeah.
you went with the maggots, I had a flashback and I was like, wait, wait,
Is Legacy talking with my mom on the phone over
right. We gonna stick with the forest. We might
there?
find a hidden door.
Something. But me, I'm definitely. I'm hold on now. That's a hard one for me because one night in that haunted house, I'm gonna go in the forest because one night in that haunted house where you can't get out that motherfucker for a whole 24 hours could be so detrimental to you mentally that even after you got out of there that one day, and that you can be messed up for the rest of your life.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
imagine
gonna
the
go.
things they might try to scare you and show you. But
Yeah, give me the forest.
that's some
Give me
good
the forest.
hormones too.
Cause ain't nobody thinking about no pussy when he trying to survive through the night. Damn, see, that's the shit that we talking about. You got the Hallmark movie mixed up in that shit. That shit don't happen like that. In the middle of, just go! Go, Elizabeth, I'll fight him. You just tell my story. Bitch, you fight him. I'm gonna tell the story. What we got next?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would say still give me the woods.
Tony, you ever saw Naked and Afraid?
No.
When you get a chance, go look and see if you can find it on your Fire Stick. It's a TV series called Naked and Afraid where they drop these people off on like different islands and different parts of the world in the the deepest parts of forests and stuff, and they have to this nigga crazy. And they have to survive for 21 days in the forest or wherever
21.
they drop them off, huh?
21.
21 days. And then the best survivors throughout the series of this show, they go on and compete for 60 days or 90 days. And I don't know if they get paid, but I can't see myself. If people on there, Tony, that go out there weighing 250 pounds, almost 300 pounds, that survive to the end and leave out of there, that'd be like 185 pounds because they don't have all the food and nutrients and things that they would have if they were home. And the folks come out there, you know, what went on? You looking at, oh, we got a letter of the day. Let's get it.
Dear ATL is a segment of the show where you, the viewer, can write in and tell us about what's going on in your life. And we will read your letter and respond to your letter live here on the air. So if you're experiencing relationship problems, best friend disputes, baby mama, baby daddy drama, marriage issues, church hurt, church issues, and many, many more, send your letters to the Anthony Brown Show at gmail.com.
Okay, yes, we have a letter of the day, a dear ATL letter. I don't know if Juicy can see it.
Dear ATL Family and Friends Show, I never thought I'd be writing into a show, but I need a neutral place to air my thoughts because right now my heart and my head are at war. I've been with my lady for 5 years. We live together, raised a beautiful family together, and I've done everything I can to be a man she and the kids can count on. We have one child together, and she has two from a previous relationship. I treat all three kids as my own, never made a difference, and never will. She works part time in the school cafeteria, and I'm a full time city employee. Every month, I give her 2,500 for the rent, household expenses. From the beginning, she told me the rent was 1,800, and I trusted her. On top of that, I made sure all three of my kids are on my city benefits, health, dental, everything, because I believe in taking care of my family. This past weekend, she took the kids out of town to an amusement park, and I decided to surprise her. I wanted to do something thoughtful, so I cleaned out the garage, got the floor professionally covered with an epoxy coating, and even painted the walls to make sure the space felt brand new. I was proud of myself until I found something that changed everything. While moving boxes, I came across paperwork for a housing voucher. At first, I didn't think much of it, but when I looked closer, I saw something that made my stomach turn. She's only paying $108.78 per month for rent. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. For 5 years, I've been giving her 2,500 a month under the impression that the 1,800 was that of that was going to the rent. That's nearly 30,000 a year I've handed out of love and trust, believing I was doing my part as a partner. Next month is her birthday. I had a big family dinner planned. I even bought the ring. I was going to propose. I wanted to make her my wife. Now I feel like a fool, betrayed, disrespected. I understand that a person is entitled to keep a certain thing private, but this wasn't privacy. This feels like deception. We live in the same house, share responsibilities, and I thought we shared honesty too. I'm torn. I love her. I love the kids. I wanted to build a future. But how do I move forward from this when she was taking advantage of me all along? Was this a survival tactic or a straight up lie? And if she kept this from me, what else is she capable of hiding? ATL family, I need your wisdom. Should I confront her? Should I walk away? Or do I try to forgive her and understand the reason behind the lie? One thing's for sure, this has shaken my trust to the core. Sincerely, blindsided in the garage.
Oh man, oh my god, oh my god. I usually I really want you to go first, but I don't want you to make. I probably need to go first because this shit here, man. Tear that motherfucking epoxy floor up. I'm talking about chisel every bit of that bitch up off of that floor. I'm talking about paint that motherfucking wall red out there. I'm talking about with fuck you, bitch, and put 9 dicks in the middle of your forehead. That's what I'm talking about. This motherfucker done swindled $150,000 out this man in the 5 years that she done been with this man. 150. Ain't no motherfucking seeing her survival rate. Bitch, you been survived. The first year you got it. What you were doing was stealing and scheming. And guess what? For me, I'm like, how and then I can just imagine how she would come home and pretend like he was the problem and say, well, this is how I've been surviving. No, 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 no. Bro, there's nothing to say other than here's your paperwork. I'm gonna go put my own motherfucking self on child support, and I'm done. When by the time she get back, all my shit will be up out of there. And the only thing she'll be giving for me is child support that will pay for her $176 a month um housing voucher. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna go to the housing place and let the housing people know I've been living in this bitch and I've been getting her $2,500 a month so she can lose all that shit. Start from scratch, hope.
So, I was looking up. Go ahead, Tam. Let me find something.
Girl, I want y'all to go. I follow up in the bike in.
I got some more. See, I got
Okay,
some more.
okay.
You ready? You
So
ready?
my question was, because I just want to be precise when I say, because I know, like I don't, I'm like, man, f the popos, but at the same time, that kind of deception, like first off, deception is against the law in all 50 states.
Call it
Every
fraud.
state has consumer protection laws, often called unfair and deceptive acts and privacy and practices. And when you have deception by theft, that is a federal offense. Dealing with housing and them 5 years that she swindled and deceived you out of $225 and you, so we're gonna say 24, 23.91.
Yeah, cause you subtracted what the month. You subtracted
Yeah,
what the
you
month.
right. Cause one of it, part of it went towards rent and the
Yeah,
rest was deception. And over a certain amount of 1,000, I believe it becomes from a misdemeanor to a
to a
federal,
felon.
like to a felony crime. And considering that it was long term and it happened consecutively 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you've got charges that can run concurrent consecutively stacked on. You already being a father figure, you already have the means to take care of those children and you are already doing so. That your child needs a parent that's got some damn sense and has their well-being in their best interest. The other two, it's like it takes a village, and thank you for stepping up and doing your part to these children, because the father ain't doing it and the mother sure enough ain't trying to either, because she,
Well,
you
Kate,
know.
well, Kate, let's not say that the father of the other kids, that person also may be giving her some money too, that's under the table that don't nobody know about. So she could be
Okay,
eating two folds.
true, true. So then go ahead and if that's the case, talk to bruh and be like, bruh, you want your babies? Cause you know what?
She don't know
I
where he is.
yeah, you know what? Go and take your part. They go on and do their part and live happily ever after. You know,
Well, she
because
gonna need she gonna need a place to stay after I get through talking to the motherfucking people. Matter of fact, since you playing so hard like this whole, you know I've been trying my best to be a better version of Legacy the Great on this show, and I've been trying my best not to be so so disrespectful. But this is a grimy bitch.
There's no more fried rice, so let newbie know.
And Tony, I just know that that house got to be off its foundation by the time she get back here, because this is ridiculous, bro. Tell me, Juicy, this is ridiculous. This woman is probably I'm talking about this woman has ran a Ponzi scheme on this man.
Yes.
But this is my only issue with him, Tony. This is my only issue with him. Nigga, you are giving out $2,500 a month to pay bills, trusting this woman, right? Why did you have to move in her house? Why she couldn't move where you was already living at? Because obviously she went with a part-time job. So I
But
also have to ask.
but because of her voucher, she probably already had a nicer house.
But hold on, hold on. Listen, maybe,
And
but if
but
her,
you supposed to be asking to see these paperwork
yeah,
and documents.
exactly.
I'm not gonna move into your place and I can't be on your lease. Like
None
you
of
not
come
gonna
on.
yeah, we gonna have to if we joining forces, we gotta join these significant is to sign if I can't.
See,
So we gonna
but
need
that
to have this signatures
we
in
gotta
place.
right. We got to Tony because that's just the she took advantage of a motherfucker that she knew was going in with blind love. And this is why, like Cake is saying, these are conversations that have to be had, and not only just had, because that's what he went on with had, because she had showed him who she really was. So guess what? Once that came about, guess what? The first thing he did that math in his head, just like I did. Cause he said now she was already working on year six because she said they had them been together 5 years and he had been paying it 5 years. So you already in year six paying now. And it was so easy for how this motherfucker go on a vacation. Come on, say what, Kate?
Consider not walking away. Dude is showing symptoms. Get the hell out of there. It will not get better.
Listen, can y'all see how this lady gonna get back in? Get what one of the first thing that lady gonna say? Why you going through my shit?
Let me tell
Mm.
you, I will punch her in the face. First of all, I could not be with a mother. The word is stole. She stole from you, straight up. She robbed you without a gun.
He gave it. He was a fool.
And then, no, you're never a fool because you're doing right by somebody.
No, no. Only
They
reason
are
why I
the
say
fool. They are
only
the
reason
fool for using a good person,
I agree.
and she don't have no morals. He wasn't a fool because he's loving her the way a real man should love a woman. I'm gonna take care of what's mine. She was the fool for wanting to steal and swindle this man. Because if he willing to give you that for rent, he's willing to give you that just to give you that to be in your pocket.
Exactly.
You did not have to steal. But being that your bum ass did, next woman that come around, she's not gonna get all that from that man.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Because
hard.
some basic bottom bitch decided to manipulate and bamboozle this man. Now he finna be that whole thing that everyone be like, oh, these niggas. No, these females.
Beauty hush.
You steal from me. There's no reconsideration. There's
Why
no,
not?
bruh. That's like you calling the police on me. That shit dead.
Listen, that's like we if anybody been to bro house, you see how Him and his household run their business, right? And Tony got a open business to where you come in, he lets you freely pick the merchandise that you want. His key thing is, even if you ain't got the money, you can ask me, and he may let you get it, he may not. But to steal it will forever prevent you from coming across that threshold again. Listen, I let me tell you something. I stealing for me is horrible because you can't. I don't care who you are. You can't come back from theft. You can't come back from theft. That's what from where I see. Only way I can see you is out there. I need to be able to have my eyes on you at all times. And I don't want to be around nobody that I gotta feel like I gotta keep my eyes on them at all times. I want to be if I leave my goddamn wallet and tell my car, Tony truck, Juicy. I don't want my mindset. I need to run them goddamn down right now
Mhm.
because when I do get my wallet back, or if they say, "Oh, I ain't see it," I don't want that. I know that if I say, "Tell them I left my wallet in your car," I ain't gotta ask her. It's $500 in there. I ain't gotta do that with Tony. Tony, I left my wallet at your house. Okay, they finna put
For
this
the
shit up.
record, every time Legacy come over here, he leaves something. It don't matter. He
Let me.
leaves
It be
something.
there
I
when I
swear
get
to
back.
God.
It be there when I get back. Whether it's 5, 6 months, it's there when I get back. You want your vape?
You want your
I don't know.
glasses? He done left
Yeah, I don't.
glasses, a watch.
Everything. But you can't be around somebody that listen. That man, like Thelma said, and Kate said, that man genuinely loved, and for him to say here's $2,500, he intended for you to have the best that he could give you. 2,500 was faithfully given to you every month for 5 years, and for the man to find it that you've been deceiving him. Like I say, me, you ain't got to worry about deceiving again. I ain't
So
finna call
so
you. Hold on, Kate. I ain't finna explain. When you come home, you gonna notice my shit gone. And the only thing now you gonna be panicking trying to figure out what went wrong. And all I'm gonna do is have a screenshot of that paper. I'm gonna put the paper back so make you think you still hiding it. But I'm gonna say when you tell me, baby, where you at? Up here at the housing department, showing them all these receipts that I done gave you for the last 5 years of $2,500 so they can get your ass back from back pay and cut your ass up off of housing. And we're gonna see how your part time job and your part time head and part time pussy get you back in a place where you can live at.
nah, she gonna have to pay back because she's not supposed to have him there. And the income is supposed to be based on their income if he's there.
Yep, together.
And so if it costs more, then she's gonna have to pay them more. But it's gonna be jail time because
Also,
she
her rent was only 108 based on her part-time job at the school board.
right.
Yep.
Now,
So it normally was zero before the part time job.
what I want to say to this gentleman, because you're gonna end up in another relationship. I pray for that for you. I hope that this doesn't scar you so to where you feel you can't be this man that you think you should be for the woman that you should have. Not every woman is deception has deceit like this in their heart. So in the future, you should have a joint account so that you know where this money you putting in and where it's going because you could periodically say, "Man, I see the bank statement." And you should be able to see that consistently this amount was being paid to the rent. This was
Yes.
being paid to the lights. Know where your money is being
Stupid.
spent.
He not listen. He not gonna do that from now on out. He gonna be one of the ones he want to go pay it himself. Give me
That's
that. Let me go
me.
pay it.
That's me. That's me.
I mean, but if he does choose to still have trust and have faith because that is something that we should have in our partner. Not the one you with. I'm talking about a new one. You still should be able to have trust. And if you can, these are things that you can implement to do so that you're covering your ass, making sure you're not being taken advantage of, and still putting forth that sense of trust and security with your mate.
Let me tell y'all two stories right quick. Two, they're gonna be quick. Let me tell you how. I never forget. I was working at this job called Eastern Metal Supply, right on Rivera. And at this time, I was talking to a chick, and so one night she called me. Hold on, read what Kamal said, Kate.
I will not hurt her. She is still my child's mother. She will regret that for the rest of her life. That
Yeah,
day for the rest of her life.
she gonna have plenty of time to think about it. I'm gonna get my child, take care of my child, but she gonna have to spend a few about at least about a good 2 years in prison and think about and consult with her mind on how bullshitted she was, Kamal. See, this is the thing that people that I think sometimes people miss the opportunity for lessons to be learned. My lesson was learned by sitting my ass in prison for 3 years, and I knew that I didn't want to go there no more for 3 years. Not for 1 year, not for 6 months, not for 6 more days. I didn't want to do it no more. So I stopped. Sometimes a motherfucker gotta go and learn a lesson, and just cause they your baby mama or they your baby daddy, get what? Let them go learn a lesson so that they don't make this mistake no more. That right there, had she stole for a year, I could understand what you're saying, Kamal. But this woman had a full 5.5 year plot, planned, schemed out, working in full fledged. I'm talking about full blown 100 miles an hour stealing process.
No, no,
2,500
no.
a week.
No, she had an indefinite plot because
Yeah,
until she
it's
got
definitely.
caught, it would have continued on.
Yes.
And it's
And
something
it's
that's
crazy because,
But my
go ahead,
thing,
Tom.
how was she going to her housing appointments without him knowing?
because he works during the day.
Because he at work.
He's a
But
hard
no,
worker.
y'all think about it. So at
He work
nail
at the
time, he
city.
be in their house and then come expect to nothing.
If he's at work if housing coming between 8 to 4 and he
He's at
working
work.
from 8 to 5, they not there when he come back. And guess what, Thelma? You could be renting from somebody, and it don't have to be housing. And the people that own the house can say we're having an inspection and we want to come out and see how our property looks. That person don't have to look like housing coming through, even if he was there. The landlord having somebody to come inspect the property. We
Right.
are just renting. So that happens too sometimes. Well, you wouldn't know about that, Bougie. You wouldn't know about that, Bougie.
I want to make a comment on what Kamal said at first about let me go back to Kamal's first comment. Just want to say this before we get too far. He says considering not walking away due to showing symptoms. Okay, my thing is, Kamal, how is that a symptom? Because had she been telling the truth that the rent was 1,800 and that was truthful, and he being a man taking care of the kids,
I can answer that. I can answer that for you, Tony.
you can't answer because I haven't asked it.
No, you said how is it a symptom? I'm finna tell you. I'm finna answer that right there.
Hold on, but what I'm saying, but if he's being an uprighteous man, doing what a man's supposed to do to accept responsibilities and pay bills, if the rent was in fact $1,800, what's wrong with him giving her $2,500 a month to take care of the
But you're
bills?
missing what he's saying. That's not what Kamal is saying. What Kamal is saying, for the man to not consider getting the fuck on after finding out the truth would be a simp to want to stay after the deception. That's what he's saying. He's not saying he was
If
a
you go
simp for
back and you
paying.
look at the letter, he said after discovering this, should he confront her? What the fuck you mean should you confront
Yeah,
her?
exactly.
That before this letter was written, I'll be right. I confronted her, and this is what she said.
Oh shit!
That's a good one, Kate. There you go, Kate. But that's what Kamal mean by simping, Tony. For you to
Okay,
even be considering after that type of deception. See,
but
listen, Tony, listen, I want you to see. I know you know, but listen, this is what I'm saying. A person can cheat, right? Let's say a person cheated. And that person cheated, let's say maybe once or twice with that one person, and that person moved on. Then you didn't find out about it for about 2 years later, but you found out that they did it was twice. And you may, for certain people, they may consider because, you know, this wasn't an ongoing thing. But just imagine that same person cheated on you with this one person for the last 5 years. You can never tell me that that person didn't mean anything to you. because you've been with this person for 5 years. That person meant everything to you. That's the deception.
He said, dude is saying he is torn considering staying with this scandalous trick is ludicrous.
That's what he meant by that's the simping because in your mind you're trying to rationalize. That's remember when he said, well, maybe she's in her survival mode. Those were
Huh?
that is his way of trying to give himself a reason of giving her a pass.
Only pass I could see this dude saying is when he confronted her, and I'm telling you, he gonna have to put this in the letter first, and he didn't, so he can't even use it. Like you can't even go back to it. But he had to have said when she told me she had 150,000 in the account and she was saving it up so that she could just buy our dream home. Oh, okay. Can I see the statement?
Yeah, let me see it. But hold on, now listen, now I'm gonna tell y'all the hold on, I'm gonna tell y'all the story. So this girl I was talking to, Tony. So she called me one night. I was working from 4:30 to 4 o'clock in the morning. 4:30 in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the morning. She called me on my lunch break one night about 2 o'clock. She said, "Dang, I'm having a hard time getting this money up for my light bill." And so me, I want to help, I'll deal with you. She say, I say, well, how much is your light bill? She say, it's $183. I said, I tell you what, send me over your FPNL account number. I'll call in and I'll pay the light bill for you. Tell me what you think that lady told me next, Tony. Tell me, okay.
She sent it to you.
Nah, just send me the money.
That lady told me, why you gotta be in my business like that?
That must
All
have been
because
Ed, little sister.
listen. I said, what? Why you need my information? I can pay the light bill myself. I said, you right, you damn sure will. Goodbye. But
Mm,
she wanted me to send her the money, guarantee for she can fold it. Get what? But that was the little scheme that I seen because you can want to help somebody, but that's like you seeing a homeless person on the street and a homeless person telling you they want some money, but they hungry, and you say, hey, you want to come inside of this 7-Eleven? I'll buy you a sandwich and a bag of chips and a drink, and they tell you, no, I don't want that. Bitch, you ain't hungry.
okay.
Bitch, you ain't
You,
hungry.
I had two scenarios just like that. One, this homeless man, it was storming. So I go up to him and I said, is there anything I could get you? I'm thinking he gonna ask for some duct tape or tarp, something to like protect his stuff because it's about to storm. He said he wanted soda. So I'm like, okay, he didn't say what kind of soda. I'm thinking he out here is COVID. Let me get him ginger ale. Cause ginger, when I took him back that soda, he said, don't nobody drink that.
Nobody drink that.
So he would not accept it. He didn't want it. He wanted him a Pepsi.
So he didn't know he could go in the store and exchange it?
He didn't know he could have just told me get him a Pepsi, not just soda. But that man had said, he said, I don't nobody don't want that. I was stuck with a case of soda, and we don't drink soda. It nobody wanted ginger ale.
Okay.
Now watch this, Tony. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story about, and I think I have told y'all, but the letter brings me back to this story again of my most favorite auntie in the world. I remember growing up, my pops which is my uncle. I call him pops. Used to he was the type of man growing up. He was raised that the man go to work, come home, give his wife, whatever she say the bill money is, he give it to her. He prepare for the next week.
Mm.
So for years, my uncle worked for 40 years. This was his routine for 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when my uncle retired, I remember one day getting a phone call, a frantic phone call from my auntie. And she was like, "Oh my God, oh my God." I'm like, "What? What?" I'm thinking she said, your uncle." I'm like, my uncle did what I'm thinking she gonna say. He don't put his hands on her. They well in their 60s. So I'm like, what's wrong? Your uncle. I say, what? What? He done started reading the damn bill. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, what's the problem? I said, Auntie, what's the problem with Pop reading the damn bill? If he read the bills, he only gonna give me the amount of money that the bills say. I say, okay, that means that the bill's paid. No, because what I usually do is if the light bill is 150, I tell him it's 225. If the water bill is 40, I tell him it's 80. And so on and so on. So I'm adding up the skim money off of the top, and I'm saying to myself, damn, you getting popped for about $400 off of the skim every month. And I said, y'all, you've been doing it for 30 years.
Mm.
You done damn near supposed to put aside 120,000, or at least, yeah, $120,000 in 30 years.
So on
Now,
the Steve Harvey show, they were talking about statistics, and you know how we say that women are always setting aside money and having their own private personal accounts. But statistics show that men have their own private spending accounts more than women do. And that they are the ones who are the sneakiest when it comes to hiding their money. They will make a certain amount and only be upfront with like 25% of this is what I have, but technically the rest they put aside, and they never make mention to their spouse about it.
well, let me say this. Cake, let me ask you this. Tony, I'm going to ask you this as well. Tayama too. I don't never ask my spouse how much you make an hour. I've never asked no woman how much you make an hour. But I know you go to work every day. I know that you make a good decent bit of money because you're not struggling. You can pay these bills without me. So when I'm thinking about this, I'm looking at, like we've always said on this show, everybody should have an entitlement of being able to have their own personal account. It should be three. You should have an account where bills are paid. You should have an account where you got where for safe havens just in case for hard times, and each one of y'all should have your own personal account. It's as long as everybody is meeting the part where no bills are behind and lagging, nobody's struggling, nobody's going through anything, everything is being done. And we're as a team, if I got $20,000 in my bank account and you got 30, I don't feel like you hid no money from me because you never took nothing from what needed to be done. Rent paid, light bill paid, all of this stuff is handled out of the fund that we decided that bills and everything is going to be taken out of. People, I think that there's nothing wrong with you having your own fund, but you can't take any of my money and put it into your secret stash, or I shouldn't be taking none of your money, sneaking it and putting it in my secret stash.
Amen.
Because as long as we go ahead, Tony.
I said, Amen.
Right. So if I'm the one went out and worked 40 plus hours, as long as I meet every standard that we are as a whole in a family, and I'm able to keep a little money to my side, and I ain't stealing it from you, then what have I done wrong? How do a person? This is why I say, Tony. This is why I say everybody who is an able body should get their ass up. Whether you gonna do it, whether you gonna be an entrepreneur and start your own business and do it and create money, you ain't never gotta leave your house and make money that brings into the family. But and if somebody got to go out and do it, but every able-bodied mind, physically, mentally, emotionally, can go out and bring in checks. Should be leaving the house or getting up and doing some work to bring in checks into the household. That way, everybody can be contributing to the table and into the pot, and not just one person. Because the person who brings in all the money, guess what that person feel like? Majority of the time, that person feel like he or she dictates how that money is to be spent.
I got a quick video. We're gonna move on from the letter because we're
Okay.
running out of time and we haven't gotten on the topic yet. Let me show this real quick video, then I'm gonna show the video about what we're gonna talk about.
Is that body you're in right now healthy? I mean, like, relatively no big diseases. If so, consider it like a winning lotto ticket. I know I don't talk a lot about what I go through on a day-to-day basis, wrestling the big sea monster. Part of it is because I refuse to give it any more energy than it's already taking from my life. But also because it's not useful. It doesn't matter how bad things are in my body right now. What does matter is keeping you out of this club. There are things I wish I did differently like 10 years ago to prevent cancer, and I am talking about them. In this issue of Essence Magazine, this is the January-February issue with the lovely and talented Sha'Carri Richardson on the cover. There's an article in here where I lay a bunch of stuff out for you. You can get the hard copy or you can go to essence.com. And thank you, Victoria Uwu Moroji, for making that happen. And I'm giving you more details as a guest host on the most recent episode of the late Shannon Doherty's podcast, Let's Be Clear. You can find that on iHeartRadio and a bunch of other podcast platforms. And thank you to Lorraine and the whole Let's Be Clear team for having me on. Both links are in my profile, so go read or go listen, go learn something. You can avoid this. Only 5 to 10% of cancers have anything to do with genetics. That leaves 90% that are environmentally or lifestyle influenced, and some of those are things you can control. Prevention is the cure because preserving your health is way easier than fighting to get it back.
This is the she was a former MTV host and also a BET former broadcaster. On the screen it says Ananda Lewis, but I thought it was Renanda Lewis with an R. But nevertheless, she's just passed away recently at age 52 of cancer. So for those of you who know her, I just want to say rest in peace. And prayers goes out to her family and friends and her fans. But she was speaking about cancer. So people definitely take care of yourself. I just wanted to show that.
Yes. And
Definitely.
I am all with what she said. Prevention and intervention is the key. Don't wait to find out that you have something to try to be proactive and take action. Just know that everybody walking around here has cancer cells in them. It's
Yep.
just natural. But what you do with your body, like they say, you are what you eat, it triggers it. And you've got to do better so that you don't have to be worrying about it later. And if you need to, you can hit me up. Here to help you. Prevention is the key.
And
Now let's,
liveandinformative.com.
let me say something right quick, if I may, please. Not long. I mean, it's hard for most people, but Tony and Cake, do y'all know that most people don't have insurance to go to a hospital? I mean, to go see specialists, and even for those that most doctors will not test you, even if you have insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, if you don't have symptoms to make them or warrant them to even want to test you for cancer. Most of the time, if you ask, they won't even do the test because they're saying if you're not symptomatic of having these, they don't order these type of tests. So it's hard to be proactive on something that you have no symptoms of or to even think about. That's just like prostate cancer and colon cancer. Um, they say that the proper age for a male to get a prostate examination is between 45 to 48. But you mean to tell me all this processed food and shit and stuff that we go through up until 48, you don't have no preventative, no no test that can be done in along the, let's say, a 10-year span. Okay, I'm 20. I want to do a prostate cancer test. I want to do a colon. Okay, I'm 30. Okay, I'm 40. Why do I gotta wait till 48 to have this test done? If it's in my body, like you say, Juicy, it can automatically become active with things that we're eating. I'm talking about illnesses and stuff that we're putting in our body, toxins and stuff. How do you be
So
proactive?
this is where education is the key. And what we have as Americans and most people in other nations, there, but not all nations, but mostly Americans, we have gotten so accustomed to allowing the doctors to tell us what's going on with our body. Yet when we go to the doctor, we sit down with the doctor and the doctor says, so what's going on? So we tell the doctor what's going on, and then the doctor tells us what's going on.
Right,
That's where the problem is. One, you should, like the man said, know thyself. You should be able to know that, okay, I just itched right here. Why was I itching? What makes me itch? What are triggers? You could be itching because your anxiety. You could be itching because you ate something. You could be itching because of your histamines. There's so many. You're nervous. There's so many things that could stimulate you. You should know you. What are your triggers? We are so into knowing what the celebrities are doing that we're not taking time to learn about what we need to know for ourselves. Self-care is the best care. So prevention is, if they say soy was never created for human consumption,
correct.
but it's in all the products that people are consuming,
Hmm.
average. But you have an option to get it in a product without that, to get a product without it in it.
Hmm.
And you got people who say there are people who are spending $13 for a pack of cigarettes, but will say that barbecue sauce that's $5 with soy free is too much money
Mm.
because it's $5.
Right.
So we're not valuing ourselves. One, first you have to understand that you are your greatest asset. The best thing you are to invest in is you. You shouldn't be buying cheap shit. The cheap shit is,
But
that's
Kate, let's just say the average person who don't smoke cigarettes. But we have to base things off of an average of what's the average income of the average person who works a job in the United States of America. The average income is 30. To matter of fact, I'm wrong. It's $28,700 a year. So
we
if
have to stop going on average income, stop going on what these people are putting out there, and look at how your money can work for you. First off, you are going to the grocery store and you are buying all the healthy foods you eat. Now you're not needing to buy as much lotion because your skin has natural moisturizer in it. So you're cutting out, you the balance in the scale weighs itself to where once you start properly investing in you, the bullshit to cover up the fuck up that you're doing, you're not going to be putting that money in there because you're going to be putting it in you. You can afford it. People need to stop thinking that, oh, my income isn't, your income is a subsidy and it's taking care of you, but you're also spending money towards taking care of the things that are hurting you. And if you alleviate these causes, you will have more money to spare. It's it
but that comes with, but even that sounds to be feasible if a person is properly educated on how to do that. But when the vast we'll talk about it, but I know Tony want to get to the other
well,
things.
properly
Let's talk.
educated, again, I offer all the time.
Cake,
You
but we're
can
not.
get
But
it.
you're not offering this to the world. Cake, we talking about properly educating the world because the
But
world is
I'm not the
affected by
only
most.
one. I'm not the only one who study and who's offering. There,
No, no, I
it's
didn't.
out
I didn't
there.
say that. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is, Kate, you guys, just like the great Dr. Sabi and his people, are considered to be an anomaly. So when the world finds out, because people ain't gonna be quiet about somebody that is helping them. So once the world find out about such and such and such and such and such and such has been helping such and such and such and such, now you're bringing upon the demise of you. Just like it was the demise of Dr. Sabi, it's been the demise of his son, it's been the demise of his family, and other people who have been trying to come and wake up the people about life, health, and strength. So what I'm saying to you is people do want to know. But this should have been something that have been taught generation to generation. So the vast majority of people, that's just like we talk about religion. You can put the truth and the facts in front of people about religion and how this is more conducive to the learning and re-educating and changing the mindsets of what religion is to people. If we've done that in the beginning, it would have been a great walk. But most people are afraid to turn away from cake what they've been doing and all their life. We know that fat meat is greasy, but that don't stop a bitch from eating bacon. It don't stop a bitch from eating pork chops, chitlins, hog maws, pig feet. None of that, knowing that this gives you high blood pressure and cholesterol. But don't we eat it?
And
Yes, you
don't you
know.
and don't we die at 45, 55, 65, 75? I
Yes,
mean,
we do, but
we do.
ain't that many people
So
turn from it because we still dying from it.
so then at that point, that's where I was even saying before, like with Tayama, it becomes a divide. The information given is for those who want. If you don't want the information, leave it be. That
Sis,
doesn't
I don't
mean
think
that
that
the
they don't
people
want
who
it.
are, I'm not saying you particularly, I'm
No,
talking
no,
about our
I ain't
viewers.
say me. I said no, no. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't say me. I say I don't think that they. It's not that they don't want it. I just feel like most people are so programmed that cake. You can put the most healthiest drink in front of people every day and tell them this bottle right here, and if you take the drink this for the next year or two, it's going, let's say the next 4 months straight. If you drink this, it's going to reset your internal body. It's going to put you on an alkaline base. You're going to be good. You're going to be back healthy. But this bottle costs, just like you said about Newport, that this bottle going to cost you about $6 a day. This is what I need for you to do for the next 6 months, and you're going to be good. Most people will see that $6 bottle, just like you say, as if that motherfucker costs $1,317 to buy. But will go right in that goddamn store and buy 4 Pepsis and spend $12.59. Because most people buy based off of quantity and not off of quality. Because they want to, in their mind, they have to see their money stretch further than this $6 bottle a day.
Well, I have great hope for those that want to do better. And if you do, please keep on. In my journey, I have seen people make the change. I have seen masses of people make change. And I am thankful, I am impressed, and I encourage to keep on changing. Because at one point when I first started out, nobody I knew was even
Right.
drinking smoothies or fruit juices. Some people weren't even salad. Don't nobody want no salad. Y- You know, like they salad had to have turkey on it, had to have egg on it, had to have cheese on it. Now people got salad with more greens, more vegetables. They putting fruit on it. So I thank you all for making the change to do better. And that's where it starts. It's called prevention. Prevention starts with making a change to do better. And then you start preventing because now you're not doing the things that could make you do wrong. So keep on keeping on, y'all doing good. And if you need help, you can reach out to me. There are other places there. You could Google health in my neighborhood. Your local health stores, they have community where they give you free information. It's all over. Plant Pure Pod is a network that's nationwide, and they are designed to help you even take the restaurants and change the menu to be a healthy, more nutritious for you. Because we are on a mission to make sure that I need you here. I need you to survive. I don't need you to play around. We got to be here. Even if we ain't gonna be here to fight, I need you to be here to be sacrificed.
Get her ass off the stage, Tony. We're
We
gonna
just
save it,
need
Tony. We're
you.
gonna go ahead and run it.
Okay, tonight's topic was a woman finds a racist slur on her receipt. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna show the video real quick. It's only 2 minutes long. We'll discuss it real quick, and we'll be done. This is it.
It was gone. I threw it in the trash. It's just, I would never eat their food, ever.
A trip to a Buckhead sandwich shop left one woman with a bad taste in her mouth today. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. She says when she placed her order, the employee used a racial slur on the receipt instead of her name.
And what's more, she says the employee refused to apologize.
Tonight, we are hearing from her as well as the owner of the business.
Look at this. What does that say? You say darky?
Radio personality and singer Darlene McCoy Jackson took to Instagram, addressing her thousands of followers about the incident that happened Friday at Woody's Cheesesteaks in Buckhead.
When they took the order, he asked me my name, and I said Darlene. And he typed in darky, and I noticed it when I was paying for it because the name came up on the screen. And I said, wait a minute. I said, my name is Darlene. He says, oh, yeah, I heard you. I said, but you have darky written in there. Could you change that? He says, no.
She says when she pointed out the issue, the employee was rude and dismissive and refused to offer a refund.
I said, sir, all I asked you was to be a little bit more sensitive to this. You can't call black people darky.
First and foremost, you know, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry to Miss Darlene and the experience that she had today, because it's not what we're about at Woody's. We're about inclusivity. We're about diversity. We're about respect for everybody.
Woody's owner Steve Renner is apologizing, but also says his employee made a simple mistake.
He uses abbreviations a lot, and when he heard the name Darlene, he didn't know exactly how to type it into the computer, so he was typing the name Darly, D-A-R-L-Y, and that was his remembrance for when he went to call her name when the order was ready.
He says the employee, who is Hispanic, may have had a language barrier in understanding.
There is a little bit of a language barrier, and he does the best he can, taking cheesesteak orders and orders for soda, but a lot of the rest was lost. I've known the employee for many years, and there's never been an experience like this before.
Renner says he will work with the employee to better communicate with customers in the future. As for McCoy, she says the experience has left her disheartened.
I was my first-time customer. Now I'm a last-time customer. I'll never be back.
Go ahead,
So
Lex.
what say you?
You know it's crazy how we sit back and allow for owners and managers, CEOs of companies to justify blatant racism and disrespect, because once she told him what he was typing in that was wrong, her name was wrong. If it was an honest mistake, then he would have clearly said, "Oh, okay," and went back and changed it, or even asked her, "How do you spell your name?" Because if there's a language barrier, one, why do you have this person up on the front counter, and he only had a language barrier? Nobody ain't complaining that he wrote "whitey" on a receipt, or "spick" on a receipt, but he knew how to spell "darky" completely. So obviously he's wrote this a lot of times, and nobody really called or paid attention to it because it's just a receipt and a piece of paper. So this man has learned how having a language barrier, but damn sure don't have a spelling problem, because he wrote darky plain and simple right. after she even told him, "You're doing it wrong. You're spelling my name wrong." That was the blatant intent. But the intent of hurt didn't hurt so much from what he did. It's the owner coming out not saying, "Hey, I love my business. This represents me." Damn the friendship that I have with this person, because now you are causing me a potential clients that are darkies, as he said, to come in here and spend money with me and my company and my family and my business. At this time, our friendship can still be, but you can no longer work for me, because I can't allow for you to have my customers feeling as if this is a racist establishment if you're not really a racist establishment. Because trust me, I believe that same white dude went back in after making that statement and talked to his friend and told him, "We got that nigga. We got that nigga." So no, nobody needs to go and spend money in this. And you remember we was talking about many years ago, Tony, about when the who was it, Miss Millionaire, I think that who it was,
There's a billionaire.
who was going to an establishment where the person did not value her as a person, but saying she's still gonna go and spend money and that'll help, because the person got a child. No, the person don't respect you as a human being. The person respects your dollar. So if that's what the person respects, that's what you take away from the person. So you remove your presence and your dollar away from that person, then that person will eventually respect you, period. Because as long as I can say what the fuck I want to say to you and treat you a certain way and you still willing to come, there's no necessary reason for me to change, because this is what you like.
Right.
So I just think black people spend over $2 trillion annually in the United States of America. We are the reason they're not. If black people decide that they no longer spending money in white establishments, it will cripple the economy.
True.
But because we always want to fit in, I guarantee you, even after this, niggas will fall back for a month, and because they like the goddamn um um cheese fries with goddamn truffle on it, they'll eventually start to trickle back in, because we are the ones that have always learned and have been taught to forgive and forget. And everybody else say, "Fuck that. We ain't forgiving y'all niggas for shit," and we the ones that have done less to anybody in the United States of America. We've been the victim for almost 500 years. But we ought to forget all of that, but we do one thing and there's no forgiveness. Fuck that. That man shouldn't get another black dollar until that motherfucking dude no longer works in there. Black people should be able to walk through that bitch and look to see if they got him in the kitchen instead of on the register. He shouldn't be able to deliver a goddamn thing what he should be delivering. And with him saying he don't feel that he don't need to make an apology, that's the blatant disrespect there. Because if you did not mean to cause any harm, you'd have had him out there on the camera with you saying, "Please, Miss Darlene, forgive me. I made a mistake. It'll never happen again." But no, you kept him in there working and you came out and lied for him. They got a great PR program over there.
You said it all. You said everything I was thinking.
I have a few thoughts that's a
Go
little
ahead,
bit
Rainbow.
different
Go ahead, Rainbow. Give it to us.
because I listened, I did not judge. And one, the chick is high yellow, she ain't black. So the man is Mexican. They probably the same color. Now, Negro is black to him.
Right.
So I don't really think he was very well trying to be racist or offensive to her. He very well probably did not know how to spell. And a lot of people today do not know how to spell. We got a problem there. That's something that, like, I even was saying, I have Haitian in my family, Philippine, Jamaican. I am not saying deport people. However, I think there needs to be a requirement that needs to be really maintained about the standard in which we need to have people living here acting as citizens. Because
Yes.
we have people taking on these jobs, being the face and the person at the
Yep.
counter, making the money that can't meet the needs of the people on a simple line of mutual respect. That Mexican maybe didn't even understand what she was saying when she was saying, change it. And they'll quickly be like, okay, and smile and act like, okay, let me just do what I'm doing because I know this is how I'm going to remember you and get your food. It's not even an issue to them. They're just needing to make sure that they have who the food goes to. Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A used to put blue car, purple shirt. Now they ask for names because people were complaining about that issue. This company hasn't gotten there. Okay. Now, the manager, once he explained and he's owning up, he might be. I was in Hampton, Virginia, and I'm sitting at this restaurant, and it was a white owner. The people who were waiting that were black. The waitress got mad at the hostess for allowing us to sit down. She said, all right. She walked out the door. We just sitting. We just waiting. Ain't got no water. Ain't got no knife, no fork, no menu. We waiting. 5 minutes before they were closing the kitchen, she come back in to take our order. You got hurt because the kitchen closed. If you don't know what you want, we didn't have a menu. I'm asking, can we get, oh, your waitress, so she'll give it to you. They intentionally, so when I asked to speak to the manager, he said, I can't yell at them. They might walk out. If they quit, I ain't got nobody to serve your food. She'll come back in. She's gonna take your order. You'll get your food. Don't worry, I'll make sure you get your food.
Mm.
This is today. This ain't just Mexican. This is the quality and the standard people are offering. They don't
Yep.
care. I can go home. I don't need this shit.
I can go get on
Wow.
food.
So he might really be like, if I fire this Mexican, I gotta close my door.
But this is my thing, Cake. You said something, and we're gonna go on and get off in a minute. You said that you don't support, deporting and all of that stuff, right? And that's cool. But like you said, the requirement before an individual should be able to work inside of an establishment. We speak English. You're not going to Mexico and tell people who own restaurants that you need you need I need you need to speak English over here when this is their native country and this is the language that they speak in. So if you're coming to America to live, work, and become an American, one of the main things you need to learn is how to speak proper English. One of the main things you need to learn is how to spell properly. And if you
Listen,
don't know, hold on, Kate, and if you don't know how to spell properly, you shouldn't have a stick in your ass. You should be able to say, "Excuse me, ma'am," or "Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me how to spell your name properly?" Because I don't want to offend anyone. So if you don't have that particular fortitude about yourself to be able to ask someone how to spell your name properly, and she's telling you that you're doing it wrong, go get you some help and ask somebody to come to the register that can speak English. Because even when I'm on the phone speaking to Habib them and I don't understand what the fuck they saying, I ask them to get someone who can speak clear English so that I can understand what it is you're trying to get me to do. I'm not agreeing to a motherfucking thing, and you and I don't know what the hell you talking about. and I'm not gonna pretend that I do. Go get a motherfucker that speak proper English, or stop sending these motherfucking jobs over those cross feeds so you can pay a bitch $3.20 to answer the phone that can barely speak English when you can hire somebody in the United States of America and pay them a great wage so they can properly deal with your customers. So what you need to do is keep Jose and Jesus in the back peeling motherfucking potatoes. Cause he can't call nobody no motherfucking darky. Cause he do know how to spell darky. Bitch, you know what you was doing.
You know,
Smiling, yeah, yeah.
I I'm laughing because you're what you were saying to teach them how to spell, and I'm like searching in my pictures because I have a picture of receipt that I had gotten when I think I was in North Carolina, and on the receipt it should have said shrimp, but it was spelled scrimp. And I'm sitting here reading my receipt because a lot of it was misspelled. And I'm like, I was offended because were they trying to write Ebonics because I was black?
Listen,
Or were they
it could
just that ignorant?
it be that cake, it be that, and this is why I tell people like Legacy, you don't have to challenge. No, you have to get people to understand that
They
you
weren't
can't have.
Mexican.
I didn't say that. I know you crazy. We have to be able to call people and listen. Excuse me. That's not how you spell my name. This no, it's not Toni. It's Tony. It's not legacy. It's legacy. Only one person can call me legacy. So spell my name right. Legacy. That's how you do it. So the next time, like when I went into
Oh,
a
they spell my name Nichole. And then when I say no H, they'll say, "Oh, you mean the white person's way?" So then I'm like, "Wait a minute. So the H mean is black like wait, huh?"
yeah, that's what it is.
Like Sarah, Sarah is the black, Sara is the white.
Yep.
But why the H got to signify black?
Because that's how most niggas, women spell they goddamn kids' name.
I need more explanation. Huh?
White folk, when you seen a white girl name spelled like that?
No, I want to understand why we have to use the H. Why we couldn't say
Well,
Nicole?
well, no,
No.
not them. Okay, why do white women don't call their kids Aquanetta?
We
Why do
talking about
why do white
Nicole.
women why do white women don't name their children Cristal?
I met a Crystal.
That was
That's
white.
right. Yes, in
She was
Topeka,
a stripper.
Kansas.
She was a stripper.
I don't know. She was in my business class.
She was a stripper.
She
That's
was a
who she is
baker. She
after work.
baked.
Her name was Crystal. She just
No,
told you Crystal.
Crystal.
Listen, man. I gotta go to work. Listen, y'all. Come on, y'all. We appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. I thought I wasn't gonna make it, but I did have a blast with my family. It's always a blessing to be, as Tony say, in the number. But I'm gonna say, also add on to in the presence of my
Greatness
sister.
of greatness.
Ta- yes,
Oh, I
to be
thought
in
you
the
was talking
presence.
about me.
Us, yes,
Oh,
both of
Oh,
us.
okay.
oh, I'll never bring this up again. I'll never bring this up again. But
Why?
listen,
Because
to be in the
us,
presence.
we too was in the presence of greatness too, and we respect and love your presence
No,
here.
no, no, no. You wasn't in the presence of greatness. You was in the presence of excellence.
I'm gonna
Say
be
that
Yeah.
like
again.
I'm gonna be like Kendrick. It's just one.
They not like it's just one.
They not. It's just one.
But listen, y'all, it is always a pleasure to be in the presence of my sister and my sisters and my brothers. Um, even when I'm down or I'm going through something, just to have this communication, this plug in with my people, Kamal, everybody else that's out there in the ATL world, and we have these conversations. Cola, Miss Nikki, Shantae when she comes on. Oh man, it's just an uplifting moment every chance I get to be in y'all presence, and I love you guys, and I appreciate y'all. But tonight we gon' to the cake. Go ahead. Y'all know who this is, the juiciest cakes in the business in the land. Let them know, Kate.
You can find me here every Tuesday and Thursday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on the ATL show. ATL. Or you can check me out at my for all your homeopathic wellness needs. Because if you like we talked about on the show, just tune back. We did not say hit that like, subscribe, and
Tell them not,
share
girl. Tell them
this.
not. Damn
I'm
right.
telling you, hit it because if you play this back, you'll be able to like, you'll be able to comment, you'll be able to subscribe, and you'll be able to get the information we talked about. And my website is enliventoyou.com if you need any help with anything about getting yourself together. Because what was that lady name? Armanda. Rest in peace to her
Rest in
family.
peace.
And even to the lady podcast that she was on, for her to rest in peace as well, and condolences to her family, because both of them said to the late. So I peeped that. But they were saying if you want to get better and take care of yourself, prevention.
Yes.
Enliventoyou.com. Instagram, Miss Beautiful, and TikTok, Miss Juicy Cakes. And you can go ahead and clear it off.
I, we go we gonna go and give a shout out to our sister, the boss lady. She was on here a while tonight, but I know she had to get our nephew and stuff together for tomorrow. Want to go ahead and tell Alma we love you, girl. Appreciate you. We'll go ahead and bring out the busiest man in the business, the pain in my side, joy to my heart, my big little brother. AB, let them hoes know.
Yes, I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. I can be found on all social media, all platforms under Anthony Brown or the Anthony Brown Show. So please reach out and try to find me. And just let you guys know that my second book went off to editing and formatting today, so it should be out on July 4th. My second book is State of Desire. So make sure you go get that. That'll be out on July 4th. 4th of July day is when it's released. I may have an early release date with a cheaper price. I don't know yet. I'm still debating. But it's going to come out on July 4th. So State of Desire, you definitely want to get it. My first book is already out. It's out there. It's God Made Us and Love Us. So make sure you get that one as well. And so you can search Amazon for Anthony P. Brown or search anthonythewriter.com, or you can search the title, God Made Us and Love Us. So make sure you go out and grab the books as well. But again, you can find me also on, like I said, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube on the Anthony Brown or the Anthony Brown Show. Follow my Facebook page, Anthony the Writer. I'm on Beagle, Anthony, the Anthony Brown Show. And words I live by, and so should you. Faithfully, you got to grind until you shine.
All right. Appreciate it, bro. But listen, y'all, I had the opportunity to dive into backstage passes of being privy to be able to read some of that State of Desire. The book is off the chain. I'm telling you, it's fire. Go get that book. Go get both of them. But definitely, when you dive into a State of Desire, you will not be able to take your eyes off the pages. I promise you. Promise you. Y'all know who I am. I'm Mr. Legacy the Great. Y'all can reach out to me on Facebook up on the Dream Williams. Hit me on YouTube up on the Legacy. Excuse me. Okay, Legacy the Great. My email is legacyunlocked@mail.com. If you got any situation legally that you want someone to talk to about, what moves you can make, you can reach out to me for business purposes only at 561-907-9129. Or also, if you're locked out of your vehicle and need help getting in the West Palm Beach area when I'm there, or over here in the Cape Coral area where I'm living, you can reach out to me at 229-630-7615. And y'all know what I live by. My brother was right. You got to grind until you shine. But I love to say, KK, let them know, girl.
ATL.
ATL.
Yeah, that's a wrap. We out of here. Thanks for watching, showing love. Bring it back next year. If you like to hit that sub, don't forget to click that bell. ATL family and friends, yeah, we do it so well. On the legacy, say I'm juicy too. Bringing all the vibes, keep it real, keep it true. We be laughing, we be vibing, every show a whole mood. So before you slide out, here's what you gotta do. Like it, share it, tell your friends to tap it. Comment down below, let us know what's happening. If you ain't subscribed yet, man, what you waiting on? Join the squad, hit that button, let's keep rolling strong. Hey, that's a wrap, we outta here. Thanks for watching, showing love, bring it back next year. If you like to hit that sub, don't forget to click that bell. ATL family and friends, yeah, we do it so well.
We do it so well.
The next time, same place, y'all know where to go. ATL family and friends putting on a show. We can't wait to see you bring the energy again. So stay locked in till we link up, my friends. Hey, that's a wrap, we outta here. We out. Thanks for watching, showing love, bring it back next year. If you like to hit that sub, don't forget to click that bell. ATL family and friends, yeah, we do it so well. Yeah, see y'all next time. ATL in the building.
ATL
Let's
in
go.
the building. Let's go. That's my shit. This my shit. You did that one, Tony. Yeah.
Yeah, see y'all next time. ATL in the building. Let's go.